Hey, welcome back to another adventure of the Lower Shrine of Fate. Playing this with the Mini Worlds by John Fredericks, a very cool indie game designer. He's got quite a few games out there. So I have the PDF version right here. You could find that on ttrpg. You could get his book on Amazon. I'll leave the links down below, and you can check them out. But this it pretty much covers a lot of genres. I'd say the character creation's real easy, but you could play like fantasy games, Monster Hunter, science fantasy, science fiction, superhero. Woodland Warriors is another one. And he's got a couple of playbooks out there where characters are already pre-made. You could get those books too, and you don't really need this. It's kind of a standalone here. So, but yeah, this is a pretty cool game. This is my fourth video of this and this adventure here. I do have a playlist out there if you want to check it out and follow along. They have finally found the shrine, and they have entered into the shrine. We have Angus, and he is down to 2 hit points. That's what the D10 the red D10s are for, to help me keep track of the hit points or life points, you want to call them. And then you got Eurich Puddlefoot, the halfling here, and he's down to 2. These guys kind of went through a pretty big fight in the last video there, so they're pretty banged up. Fulmar's at full health. He's at 5 hit points. And then you got Sophia Light. She's a human healer, almost like a paladin, I guess you'd say. Fulmar is the halfling rogue. Sorry, I forgot to tell you guys that. And then Eurich is the halfling hunter. Angus is your typical warrior. So she is down to 2 health points also. And the whole point of this was to help Eurich out to find their this village jewel. His village jewel was stolen, and by a group of orcs is what he believes stole them. And they've been led to the Lower Shrine of Fate. And I've gone, this is made a dungeon that on a program. I'll leave the link down below. I cannot pronounce it right. It's what about or something like that. But you can create your own dungeons there, and you can number them if you want. You can actually add furniture in there if you want. I didn't do that. I just left the numbers in there. The entrance is right here. This is water because we're in the swamplands, and this is a lair here, a shrine, whatever, a lair, whatever you want to call it. And after being destroyed by a horrible storm decades ago, the shrine remained uninhabited. Recently, a gang of orcs rediscovered it. So, we're assuming we're going to find orcs in here. We do know there's goblins in here because we chased 3 of the goblin archers in here. So, we got to watch out when we go in here. So, we are at the staircase here. And I'm going to treat this as, your typical RPG. And I do have a D10 table of any counters. And I do have a boss encounter table that I made up. So what's neat about Mini Worlds is the dice system is really easy. And you could adapt to any game you have there. So I was thinking about using some Shadow Dark in this. But I was like, let's keep this separate here. Let's keep the Mini Worlds close to Mini Worlds as possible. And we'll just go ahead and use whatever monsters I can use in here, encounters or whatever, treasures, blah blah blah. So that's the gist of it. So here we are. They're all beaten up, and they finally got to the shrine here, and they're inside. Dark. I'm sure one of them has torches. I can't remember. Sophia has a torch. I think they all got torches. Fulmar has a torch. Eurich has a torch, and yep, they all have torches. Now I will use the Shadow Dark torch rule, where we'll have a torch lit, and you got 10 rounds of it being lit. After the last round, it goes dark. It just, the light is out. But since they have 4 of them, I don't think that's going to be an issue. So, and I'm assuming we're going to get through this in time for that. So they got torches, and we'll just say right now, Fulmar has his torch lit. So let's get this adventure going. Okay, they walk down the steps and they encounter the water, and the water's about maybe ankle high, maybe shin high, between the knee and the ankle. So it's fairly deep, so maybe 6 inches to almost a foot. So they're wading in the water, and it is making noises there. So, and they are going down a corridor. and Angus will be in lead there with Fulmar, and then we'll have Eurich and Sophia in the back. Oh yeah, I plan on using some Sandbox generator here for like the rooms, like what's type and if there's treasure in the rooms or not, and then any encounters will go this route. I did save my marsh encounters that I used for the previous video there, so it's a D10 roll, and we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and roll and see what happens. So roll D6, and it's a 3. Nice, it's empty. Now the Sandbox generator, it does say if empty does mean that the room is not trapped or occupied by monsters and has nothing special. Instead, you can see if there's possible treasure information about the dungeon and its inhabitants can be learned here. The table used to describe what can be learned is on page 22. And it's a D20 table. Let's go ahead and do this, man, because I haven't really used the Sandbox generator too much. So, yeah, let's do it. Oh yeah, also for anybody that's new to my channel, whatever, these are custom adventures right here, just using the Mini Worlds game system and other systems like the Sandbox generator, some other books. So yeah, this isn't something that I found online or whatever. So, and I'm starting to love to try to make my own adventures now. So it's pretty cool when you find especially when you find an easy game system, then you could just go for it, man. Let your imagination run. So enough talking. Rolling D20. And we roll a 7. Curative effects, water and plant. How can I use that one? Dude, that works out great because Fulmar, one of his skills is lore in herbs. And he's got a healer's pouch, and yeah, curative effects, water and plant. So Fulmar encounters some kind of maybe like a green moss in there, and he notices that he's learned that this type of moss can actually heal. He thinks, let's see, is there enough for each of the individuals there? We'll roll for it. Yeah, I was right. I forgot. Many Worlds has their own oracle on here, so. It's a D6 oracle here. So did Fulmar did he find enough that would cheer all 4 of them? And it's a 3, and the oracle says yes, and it's just a yes. Awesome. Fulmar takes his dagger out and starts scraping it off the wall. It's off the damp wall, whatever, and he's pretty confident that he knows what this is, and he tells the party about it, and they're all pretty dang excited because, like I said, they are all beat up. So he gathers some around, and he starts to grind it or whatever in his little bowl or whatever he has, and mix it up with some water, and he's going to have the party drink it. And how we'll do this is we'll roll 2d6, the skill rating in this game. But what I'm going to do is, if they fail, they heal 1 hit point. But if it's exceptional, then they get 2 hit points back. Now Angus has a special ability, 2 free advantage rolls per day. So we're going to go ahead and roll an advantage with this one. And we'll use the bind wounds. He has a 6. So he has to roll a 6 or higher to have to be successful or exceptional. And we got a 6, and it's boom. He's healed 2 health points. Nice. Okay, Yurich's going to have to roll 8 or higher because he doesn't have bind wounds or anything like that. So, again, if he fails, he gets 1 hit point no matter what. But if he gets an exceptional, he gets 2 hit points. So here we go. We got to get 8 or higher. And he failed, so he's only going to get 1 hit point back. I like this, man. Let me know what you guys think about me doing it this way and stuff. It just lets the dice, the dice tell you what's going on. So next is, Fulmar. He's at full health, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Sophia's next. So she has, she does, dang, she has bind wounds at 5. So she just needs to get a 5 or higher to succeed. And she rolls 2 + 2. She fails, so she only gets 1 hit point back. And that leaves the group at Sophia at 3 hit points, Fulmar's at 5, Yurich's at 3, and Angus is at 4. Hey, it's a whole lot better than it was. I just found it cool. It's like, hey, why don't we use this D20 table here to just see what happens? And it ends up on that curative water and plant roll. That was pretty cool. Alrighty, they move on down to the end of the corridor here. Which way should they go? 1 to 3, they will go this way. 4 plus will go this way. So let's see, 1 to 3 or 4 plus. Oh, they are going to go ahead and head on down this way. All right, I decided to keep it real simple here. I'm going to use a D6 here to see if we encounter anything in the corridors. I'm just going to go 1 to 3 encounter and 4 to 6 nothing. And we roll a 3, so we encountered something. All right, I'm going to roll on my makeshift Marsh Encounters D10. And what do we encounter? A 3. Goblins. And how many goblins do they get? Roll D6. 2. Thank you. Yeah, we'll make them the goblin archers since that's who they chased in there and they're waiting for an ambush. So, all right, we got 2 archers there. We're going to roll for initiative. Okay, 1 to 3 is the good guys. 4 to 6 are the baddies. Who goes first? 4. The gobos go, which naturally should be right because they're archers and goblins because they have dark vision, so they can see in the dark. So they got us on a surprise. All right, who's going to get it first? Is it going to be Fulmar or Angus? I'm going to roll D6. 1 to 3, it's Angus. 1 to 2, so they took a shot at Angus. First goblin archer, he needs to roll, I believe it's 8. Yeah, he's got skill level 8, so 8 or higher he will hit. And roll a 5 plus 1, 6. He missed. And we'll say the second goblin archer is going after, we'll aim at Fulmar there. So we need an 8 or higher. And 6 plus 1, 7. He missed too. Angus all furious and he sees that the goblin archers are reloading. He charges the first archer right there. Oh! Come on, Angus. I like Angus here. His attack is a 5, so he has to just roll 5 or higher to hit. And we roll 11. It's exceptional. Awesome, awesome. Exceptional hit is 2 hit points, and the goblins are only 2 hit points, so he just... And then I'm going to have Eurich, who's got bow and quiver, take a shot at this goblin here. Now he is hidden, so he'll have to roll for at a disadvantage here. See what happens. Eurich's aim is a 5. Here we go. Rolling 3 dice, disadvantage, and take the 2 low. Doesn't matter. 6 and 1, 6 and 1. The goblin takes 1 hit. Backs him up a little bit. Oh yeah, Fulmar's in range of the charge because I'm counting each inch square 5 feet, and they can move 30 feet. I believe a halfling can do 30 feet. Am I right? Cool. Looks like all of them could do 30 feet. So nice. Halfling gets in there, breaks the barricade. He's in there. There you go. Okay, Fulmar has an attack 6, so he has to get 6 or higher. And Goblin only has 1 hit point. So let's see what happens here, man. Roll. And, oh gosh, he missed. He rolled a 5. Guess who's not in range? Our last one, Sophia's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Definitely not in range. And I could bring Eurich up here. And that's it. Gobble gets 1 more turn. Goblin backs up 1. And then he's going to take aim at Fulmar. Needs an 8 or higher. And he rolls 6. He missed. Angus in rage. Whoa, charges him. Just needs a 5 or higher to hit. Boom! Hit a 9. Gobbo is gone. Okay, pretty cool. Everyone's still intact. No wounds or anything. So we are moving on. 1 to 3 this way. 4 to 6 down this way. And we roll. Oh, they are going this way. Okay, is there an encounter in this corridor? 1 to 3 there is. 4 to 6, nothing. And, oh, it's an encounter. Roll a d10 and who do they get? Or they see one. Oh, crap. They encounter a troll. Uh-oh. Yeah, big old chunk of flesh there that they're used to seeing. And Angus is like, oh, man, not again. All right, who gets initiative? 1 to 3, the good guys. 4 to 6, trolley. Oh, and Angus is going to take off first. Angus charges in. Okay, he's an attack 5, so 5 or higher. Come on, Angus, you got this. And we roll 4 plus 1 is 5, barely. So Angus comes in, whack, right on the head. Oh, so hard that the wall fell down. Troll only has 4 hit points, but he has a +1 regen per round. So, and he's a skill of 6. So yeah, he's a tough cookie. So he is down to 3 hit points right now. Volmar rushes in, little guy. Ah! Volmar has an attack 6 with his little short sword, and needs to get a 6 or better. Rolls. Oh, 1 pops up. Oh, there's a 4. All right, we got this. We got this. 4 plus 4 is 8. Nice. So I just whack and hit him again. Now he's down to 2 hit points. Okay, Eurich's gonna squeeze on in here, and he's got a direct line right there to take a shot at him. Come on, Eurich, you got this. You have an aim of 5, so 5 or higher, and 3 plus 4 is 7. Connection. That drops the troll right down to 1 hit point, man. That leaves it to Sophia, which I think I could get her in there. She could get in, definitely in distance. Wow! Right, breaks right through there, almost like an action scene. Whoosh, breaks right between them. Bam! All right, Sophia, you got what do you have? An attack 6, so you gotta get 6 or higher into Sophia. And 6 plus 1 is 7. Knockout. Now he does have a +1 regen per round, and it is his turn. I mean, but he is down. We'll go ahead and roll and see what happens. We'll do like a D6, a 1 to 3. He's able to do a regen. 4 to 6. He did. Right now the troll is mostly dead. Not fully dead, but mostly dead. Let me know what movie that one's from. Anyways, 1 to 3, and he gets a +1. And 4, he is dead. That means Angus went over and just chopping into pieces. Whack, whack, whack. Man, they're just cruising, man. Doing nice job, guys. Alrighty, they entered their very first room here.